Hey everyone, Mrs. Peterson here. And now I'm going to show you how to put a pattern on this present that you have here. And I'm actually going to use the one of two or three things. I'll show you all three. I'm going to go up here and use the polygon lasso tool. And I can use the polygon lasso tool to make a shape that has uh, edges. So here's an idea to make a Christmas tree. And I'm just making a funny little Christmas tree here. I have now made a Christmas tree with the polygon lasso tool. See how the dancing ants already are there? Let me zoom in. The dancing ants are already there. And it doesn't matter that it's not perfect. I mean, this is just a fun little look at a wrapping paper, I guess. So what I do want to do is I want to go ahead and make a layer on top of this. And so I'm going to go down here to the plus and add a layer on top of it. And I'm going to go ahead and write the word, well, on this one I'm going to write tree so that we can see the difference between them. And I'm going to want to fill that. I'm going to do it the same way I did before, where I hide layers here and here so I can pick a color. Well, on this, my present is this color, so I want the tree to be a different color. I could pick any color. I think I'll pick a green tree. So I'm going to go ahead and use this eyedropper tool right here, and I'm going to pick, sure, I'll pick this light green. Again, you're only picking colors from this pattern. You're not going to change any colors up here. So I'm going to go back up to the tree, make sure this layer is selected. I'm going to get the paint bucket tool and fill right there, and now I have that green tree. And while I have that green tree with the dancing ants around it, I'm going to go back up here and switch to the move tool. I'm going to go ahead and Command J, actually not, cancel. I'm going to, on this layer right here, I'm going to go up here, duplicate layer, and it's going to call it a tree copy. You're going to do that several times. And duplicate layer, and you're going to see tree copy 1, tree copy 2, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to show you right now what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to go ahead and deselect this. Okay, ready? Command D, deselect. There I have my little tree. I'm going to go ahead and look at my present. I'll put my background on there so we can just see the present. I have this cute little tree. Notice that I have these different layers. You could do 20, 30, 40. And if I'm using the move tool, I can just move my layers. Oops, it's not letting me grab that next layer. So I'll have to grab the layer itself and move it. And I can create a pattern this way. I think there's one more. There we go. I only made 4, but you can make 20, whatever. That is one way of making a pattern. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to select, by using the shift key, all of these and put them in a folder down here. And so they're all, this first group are trees. And that way, if I ever need to get to those trees or need to make more trees, I can make them in that folder. But let's go ahead, unsee that. I'll go ahead and use a different tool here. Let's say that I want to use the elliptical tool to either make circles or oblong ovals. If I want to make a circle, and I hold the shift key down, and if I hold the shift key, it will make a perfect circle for me. See, the width and the height are matching. If I don't want to, I can just make the shape however I want. So I'm going to go ahead and hold the shift key down and make a circle. I don't need both of these. Let me Command D, deselect. I'm going to hold the shift key down and make a circle. Okay, that one actually didn't do it. Here we go. Hold the shift key and make a circle. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I've got that light green. Let's pick a different color now. I think I'll pick blue. Let's let's choose, I'll pick I'll pick yellow polka dots. Okay. So I'm going to go back. I've got my color scheme. I've got my present. I've got my polka dot. I'm going to fill it. I need to make, it's not letting me do it because I didn't make a new layer. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer. I'm going to fill on that layer. There, I filled the layer. This time I'm going to deselect. And another way to, I'm going to go up here and go ahead and get my move tool. Another way to duplicate that is if it's not selected, if it's just the layer right here, which I'm going to name yellow polka dot. Yellow polka is what I'm going to call it. Then once I have this layer and that image was deselected, I can now do just Command J, 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 J. There's a bunch of yellow polka dots, 11 of them actually. 11 yellow polka dots. So then I can take my move tool and just move those around where I want them. And I'm going to have to take each layer, just like I did before, and move it to where I want. And I'm going to get a cool looking pattern. All the way up here, I'll make one more shape and then I'll make a pattern for you off camera so you can see in the next video. So now I'm going to go ahead and take all the polka dots and put them in a folder. So I'm going down to the bottom here. And I scroll up to the top of the polka dots, which is 11 as I recall. And I'm going to hit the shift and hold, and it selected them all. I'm going to go ahead and put those. So that group is going to be dots, dots. I know that they're yellow. I don't have to. And I'm going to go ahead and do one more shape. So you could use the circular tool. You could use the polygon lasso tool. I mean this one, polygon, yes, polygon lasso tool. I could use the circle. If you wanted a square, you could do the rectangular tool, same thing. But this time I'm just going to use this fun shape called the lasso tool, and that is going to be pretty much any shape you want it to be, and it can be super organic. So I'm thinking of a candy cane, and well, my hand isn't very that's just not a good candy cane at all. Let's undo that. Command D. Let's see. What's another shape I could do? I could do a fun star shape with this, but with rounded edges. See that? Or a flowerish kind of look. So this one's going to be more rounded. And they look kind of odd, but then when you put them together for your pattern, it ends up looking cute. So if you want more rounded edges, you'll use this. That kind of looks like, oh, it was better the first time. It's kind of flower-ish. It's kind of flower-ish. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and keep that one because it's kind of silly looking. I did the Christmas tree. I did this lasso tool, which makes round things, and I also used the rectangular marquee tool. On the next video, when you open it up, you'll see my pattern with all three of these shapes. I love you. I miss you already. Go out and change your world for the better.